So what's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. My day just got better. Just got home about 5 o'clock. Gave myself a shot, set up the camera, and I want to do this review for you guys before I run up and eat. And what I mean by a shot, for those that are new to the channel, I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I had to give myself some insulin for the meals to come. So we're going to jump right into this. But if you are new to the channel, my name's David. Nice to meet you. And this is my mission to muscle. I review supplements. I go over the ingredients, and I go over the effects, and give you guys my opinions. And today we're going to be reviewing Stak. It says Comprehensive Hormonal Support Pack. I've been asked hundreds of times to review this, and I'm jumping on it, and we're going to jump right into this and get this out of the way. So first, before I put the ingredient profile up, I want to go over, this is a 1-pack. These containers come with 21 packs. And the directions say take it for 21 days straight. That's because there's a lot of adaptogens and herbal formulas in here that you can become adapted to. And the pills, I left the 1-pack in here so you guys can see the pills. They are not like animal pack pills that are horse pills. These are capsules. Easy to go down, but there's quite a few of them. So, you got to keep that in mind. But most test boosting formulas nowadays, they're going to be, if you look at the ingredients, they're going to be 4, 5, 6 pills, depending on how aggressive the formula is. And this one's pretty damn aggressive. But I want to go over this real quick because there are some things that you possibly need to know before you jump into this or any other test booster. So hopefully I can help you guys out when you guys are looking at test boosters as far as looking for ingredients that help for what you want to achieve. So I'll put the ingredient profile right in front of me here, right to the side of me, like always. We're going to go over the top here. Now these are vitamins and minerals here that are essential. B6 isn't that essential, but we got D, we got B6, we got magnesium and zinc. But D, magnesium, and zinc you're going to find in almost every test booster because most people are deficient in 1, 2, or 3 of those, all 3 of those ingredients there, and they all help with the regulation and the production of hormones in our body and testosterone. So make sure you're getting enough of those before you go invest in a comprehensive formula like this. So, getting into the nitty-gritty. Now, this is a mystery matrix. Someone's trying to call me. This is a mystery matrix. All of the profiles here are mystery matrixes. And what I mean by that is it just gives a bunch of ingredients, and you see on the profile there with just one dosage. I despise when companies do that. The other thing I despise is when they don't put the extracts in here as far as how this thing is extracted. There's a few ingredients in here that have to be extracted to certain ingredients, like tribulus, which is the top ingredient on here. Now this is 1,500 milligrams. And when they list ingredients like this, you're going to have the most down to the least in each complex here. So in this pro testosterone complex, the least amount in here is going to be the maca root, and then the highest amount is going to be the tribulus, but we don't know how much out of that 1,500 milligrams. Now tribulus, even though they got a standardized, it's standardized to saponins here, this has to be standardized in order for tribulus to actually be quality. You have to see protodiacins in here, and usually we like to see 10 to 20% protodiacins, and then a listing of saponins in this as well in your tribulus formula. So when you're looking for a single tribulus formula, something you do want to dabble in, you do want to try to take it for the effects, then make sure you're looking at those particular aspects of a single ingredient, or if you're looking at it in a profile, you make sure you're looking for those extracts so you know you're getting quality form of it. And basically, tribulus, just so you know, doesn't have hardly, I don't think it has any studies on boosting testosterone, but it does have some benefits on glucose regulation, blood pressure, and cholesterol, which are super important. So despite that there aren't really any claims out there, any studies done that can actually solidify that it boosts testosterone, what they claim tribulus does is it's supposed to boost LH levels, which is luteinizing hormone. So luteinizing hormone is secreted from the hypothalamus or the pituitary to the testes, to signal to the testes to produce testosterone. So, but there aren't any concrete studies actually saying that it does do that. Next ingredient on here is Long Jack. Now, Long Jack should be supplemented at 200 milligrams to 400 milligrams, and my favorite form of Long Jack is LJ100. And there are forms of Long Jack that doesn't say on here, but there are a couple forms. Some are from Indonesia and Malaysia, and I hear that the Malaysia form is supposed to be better quality. So we don't know that as well. So Long Jack, though, is hypothesized. It has been studied to be a great anti-estrogen ingredient, comparable to tamoxifen, which I don't believe that, but it's got some anti-estrogen benefits to it, and it's been hypothesized to actually increase free testosterone in the body by unbinding bound testosterone from sex hormone binding globulin, which is SHBG, which is one of the facets of testosterone. So we have three things that make up our testosterone. There are two bound forms, which is SHBG, and then the other one is a protein where testosterone is bound to called alumin, I believe is what it is. And then we have our free testosterone. And the most of the testosterone in our body is bound to SHBG, then alumin, and then we have the free testosterone there. And unbinding testosterone from SHBG is just going to increase the free testosterone. So this has been touted by some YouTubers to increase your testosterone levels on its own at a good form to 100 to 200 points on its own at 200 milligrams to 400 milligrams. So that's just said, but like we said, we don't know the form and we don't know how much is in here. Then we have fenugreek in here. That fenugreek actually doesn't have too many studies on testosterone, but it is hypothesized that it increases testosterone through compounds called fenucides. So, but it's been hypothesized. There's been no studies on it. But this is a great ingredient because it has a compound in it called 4-hydroxyisoleucine, which helps with glucose metabolism. So regulating glucose is super important. Then we got stinging nettle root here. Don't know how much is in here. It has absolutely no studies on increasing testosterone, but this has some very good benefits. I've taken this on its own, and I've reaped the benefits as far as urinary flow. So this actually, taking this at a good dose for a period of time, 1 to 2 weeks, is actually going to increase your urinary flow. So you actually feel it. You flow better. How's that? And this also has some benefits for hypoprostatic. Helps with benign prostatic hypoplasia. There you go. So that's the enlarging, I believe, of the prostate. So it has some benefits there. Then we have maca right here, where maca has macasides in it. So it's kind of, you got fenucides, you got macasides. And this has been touted not necessarily to increase testosterone. There's been just as many studies that it does, and there's been just as, compared to just as many studies that it doesn't increase testosterone. So it's kind of an up in the air thing. But maca is not something to frown about. This helps when it comes to testosterone, when it comes to libido, when it comes to sexual performance, enhancement, and all that stuff. A lot of it has to do with the brain. And I believe it's hypothesized that the macasides help with being an MOA, a MAO inhibitor, which is monoamine oxidase, which has been shown, or which is known to actually regulate dopamine, serotonin, these chemicals in the brain, these feel-good chemicals, and to have an inhibitor or inhibiting function, it's going to keep those feel-good feelings elevated. So that's going to help with libido. It's going to help with sexual desire on its own. This does have an ingredient in it called alkamides in it, which is the ingredient that is supposed to be the ingredient that's supposed to regulate testosterone in the body. So you take it with a grain of salt. Studies are inconclusive when you have just as many studies that say it does and so many studies that say it doesn't. Then we got the growth hormone support complex, 1,500 milligrams. Get through this real quick. We got arginine, HCl, and L-lysine. Those two combined have, as far as amino acid complexes, have been shown to increase growth hormone. I don't know L-glutamine, really, I'll tell you right now. I mean, this helps on a cellular level, being that L-glutamine is probably one of the most abundant amino acids in the body and used quite a bit, but our body produces quite a bit. I don't know what kind of function it's going to have with growth hormone, just being honest with you. Then we have gamma oryzanol. Gamma oryzanol in here. Some of these ingredients. So gamma oryzanol, it helps with, has been studied to inhibit 5A reductase, which is an enzyme that helps with decreasing testosterone. So when you inhibit that, it's supposed to increase testosterone and DHT levels in the body, or the concentrations in the body. But it's failed. It was proven in rat studies, but it failed in human trials to actually increase testosterone and or growth hormone. So you take that with a grain of salt. Then we got alpha GPC in here. You got 1,500 milligrams in this complex. Alpha GPC is the lowest, probably one of the most expensive ingredients in here. And minute amounts. I doubt if this has 600 milligrams. You need 600 milligrams in order to have a growth hormone effect, because that's what's been done through the studies. It didn't show growth hormone effects anything less than 600 milligrams. Then we got an aromatase complex here. We got Japanese nutwood. We'll try to get through this real quick here. This is basically it's a great form of resveratrol, which has some longevity benefits and some gene expression benefits to it. So it may help with estrogen conversions and balancing in the body. So, but really, as far as I know, there's no studies done on it as far as it proving that. Then we got DIM, which is super dim and doing anything for estrogen. But what DIM does, to keep plain simple, you got a good testosterone, you got good estrogen and bad estrogen, and DIM helps the body produce less bad estrogen. So I hope that makes sense. Then we have D-glucarate. D-glucarate is has anti-cancerous benefits, and it helps the body with detoxification. So it removes toxins out of the body, which then will hopefully regulate estrogen, T, and DHEA. It's a hypothesized that it does. So we don't know. You're not going to find it in a lot of test boosting ingredients or aromatase inhibitors because they don't know if it really works or not. But it's a detoxification ingredient. It's an anti-cancerous ingredient. So none of these ingredients are bad. So they're not bad. So we're going to get into the effects after all this. Then we've got a hormone amplifying blend here. I'm not going to go over what it says it has in here as far as the... I'm just going to go over the L-carnitine. L-carnitine is supposed to help with androgen receptor density, so it might help with androgen receptors in there. We don't know how much. It's 500 milligrams. I forgot to say it was 300 milligrams in the aromatase inhibitor. Then we got 500 milligrams in this one. We got agmatine sulfate, which helps with brain function and blood flow. Then we got quercetin, whatever amount passes the digestive system, because quercetin is broken down, most of it in the body. So such a small amount. It's going to help on a cellular level. Then we got black pepper extract, which is an ingredient that's going to help with the digestion of ingredients and to bring it all together ingredient in the digestive system. Then we got Xtaxanthin, which helps protect the cells from damage in the body because it's a fabulous antioxidant. Then we have restorative support complex. This thing is getting long here, and I'm getting tired. We got 500 milligrams of milk thistle, which is good for the liver. It's a protective, and it's an antioxidant. Then we have astragalus, which is great for kidney health and anti-inflammatory benefits because it has polysaccharides in it. So polysaccharides are a healthy ingredient in the body there. So it has some good health benefits. I like that ingredient. You're going to find it in like kidney support formulas and some liver support formulas. Then we got ashwagandha extract here. It's supposed to help with cortisol levels, probably a small amount. Then we have, which is good. A small amount's good. I know Ari doesn't like ashwagandha, and a lot of people don't like ashwagandha in products because if your cortisol levels are already low, and you get a good whopping dose of ashwagandha, it's going to lower them even more. It's going to kind of screw you up. So I like how they did put a small amount in this. It's got to be a small amount, especially if it's the third one down here. Then we got alpha lipoic acid, which is going to help with glucose regulation and metabolism. Then we got CoQ10, which is going to help with energy. I mean, it just all depends. If there's only 5 milligrams of CoQ10, it ain't going to help you with crap. So I'm sorry. I got to shake my head on some of this stuff. This complex is a shaking my head type thing, just so you know. Stak, the comprehensive hormonal support pack by Universal. Get this damn light going here. I'll finish this dang thing up. So what did I experience on this thing? I'm going to tell you right now, I experienced no gains whatsoever. There's no gym gains that you're going to get from this. If you are deficient in some of these ingredients, this will more than likely give you a sense of well-being. So when I took this, I had probably I could say like an underlying sense of well-being, feeling good. I got no aggression, no power output in the gym on this thing at all. This is designed to be stacked with their other formulas. So if you look at their formulas, they're going to tell you, you want to stack this with this with this, or stack this with that, because basically as you continue to stack, you're going to get more of some of these ingredients. You're going to get more ingredients, probably better quality ingredients. If you want a test boosting formula, I glanced at, I believe they have a testosterone pack that they have there that looks like it's very well packed with ingredients that may do the job. Now, it's expensive as hell. I think it's like $80. So this is probably a good starter for somebody new to test boosters, because every ingredient in here is healthy, but you're not going to get major gains on this thing. I didn't feel like, and I'm very in tune with my body, I didn't feel like I went up 100 points or 200 points on my test levels at all on this thing. It was super minute as far as just a well-being, slight bit of libido increasing, I feel, and well-being, sexual desire, very minute for me personally. This is my personal experience. If you've taken this and you've had great benefits and you don't work for Universal, leave a comment down below and let us know how it hit you. But other than that, it's not my favorite. This is kind of, in my opinion, a beginner test booster pack for someone that just wants to, doesn't know what's wrong, but wants something that's going to hit all aspects as far as nutrients, as far as a little bit of aromatase or anti-estrogen type benefits, a little bit of this. It's going to give you the D, the magnesium, and the zinc, but not super hard hitting. It's not going to be toxic, and not going to be horrible for your liver. It's going to have everything in here as far as it's going to have some detoxification effects. It's going to have some benefits for the kidneys. It's going to have benefits for the liver. Nothing harsh, nothing hard, just some amino acids. Possible, going to increase some growth hormone for sleep benefits on here. But other than that, my opinion is this is a beginner, someone who's really just kind of like walking on eggshells with this type stuff and wants something that's healthy. It's going to hit them healthy, and there's not going to be anything at all harsh. No Fidugia Augustus in here that might be toxic to your testes or anything like that. Just an all-around healthy support formula. That's all I can say about it, but nothing to brag about. So any hardcore people out there, this is nothing to brag about. This is my review on Universal Stak. There it is. I have no links, no discount codes down below, but you can find this anywhere. You can find this on Amazon. So just do a search if it's something you want. Other than that, this is Dave, my honest review. Sorry it was so long, and sorry about the quality and the lighting. But other than that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back for more. And we'll see you guys next time. I'm going to go up and eat.